Don't be nervous, man. Don't be nervous.
I'm so fucking nervous.
Are you nervous for this?
Sucks.
What are you nervous?
It sucks. I just want to come over and hang out.
All right. And we are rolling.
I just want to say,
We're
Brian
rolling.
Chen, thank you for having me on your show today.
No, thank you for
that was
coming
great.
and joining me. So, yeah.
Long drive over here.
Was it?
30 minutes or so. It's not too bad, but yeah.
Right on. Thanks for coming, dude. So, we have a pretty special guest. Actually, all my guests are really special. Mimi, a.k.a. Mike. Actually, I never call you Michael. I never call you Michael, actually.
That's my name, though. My name
That's
is
his
Michael.
name. His name is
That's my name.
Michael. How did we meet? Oh, back in school, through Man High,
Yeah.
and then roomies in second year.
Yeah.
And he's there's a little girl trapped inside of him because he's just the nicest dude. And he's still a student.
Guys can be nice, too.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, still a student. 8 years now.
Yeah.
Graduating this year.
Oh, nice, man. So how many victory laps have you been doing?
Well, it just started when I met you in second year. I had to repeat second year 3-4 times.
Jesus.
And I finally got my honors degree in art science.
Was it art science? No, it's not. Shut hell up. It's kinesiology.
Yeah.
So you finished your kin fully, and then he's on the journey to becoming a doctor.
Of pharmacy. Of pharmacy, yeah. So pharmacy school, 4 more years, and then no victory laps there. So I'm actually done this June. I graduate regardless because I pass everything.
Yeah.
But
The exam is coming up.
yeah, licensing exam. So like that kind of determines if I can get a job or not. I'll get my diploma regardless.
Yeah.
In June, but I write my exam at the end of May.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 8 hours, 2 parts, 4 hours of like just multiple choice.
Yeah.
But they changed it all up. It's like kind of messed up. I think I told you this already.
So it's
before.
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days.
2 days. Okay.
Yeah, 2 days of 4 hours each. Multiple choice first day, and then second day is like a practical.
Okay.
So you have to go in. I think there's 20 stations or something, and then each one is set up with evaluator. They run a scenario through with like a paid actor.
What?
Yeah.
Oh shit! So they have like simulations.
So it's simulated patients, basically.
Is it like everyone watches this one guy,
No,
or is
no,
it
no.
just you go into a room and it's this one dude?
Yeah. So you go into a room. It's 2 dudes, one evaluator and one actor.
Okay.
This is from my understanding, anyways. I guess there might be more than one actor, maybe in each room, depending on the scenario.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you go in. You got 7 minutes to go through whatever they need.
Oh, okay.
I from what I hear, like some of the cases are tough. They're like more relevant in society nowadays. So it might be about like cannabis or some dude addicted on like cocaine. I've heard before, and like how do you deal with that? Right? It's like
Is it not taught?
I don't fucking know anything about that.
So it's
stuff.
never been taught like how to deal with a person on like drug abuse.
So
No,
these
it has
cases
to
are
be.
I think they're more to test you to make sure you're not socially awkward.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you just in terms of just social interaction, not exactly what.
No,
you
it's
do,
still
or everything?
therapeutics and everything. Like everything you answer has to be right.
Mhm.
For sure, it can't be wrong.
Yeah.
Like it's from what I've heard, a lot of people that don't finish in that 7 minutes, if they say everything right but they don't really solve the problem, it's still better than basically telling that patient something wrong.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah.
So like it's very difficult for people that are socially awkward, I guess, because it's that communication piece just is lacking already, and they're kind of shitting their pants while you're like under pressure to solve this problem too, right?
Is there
Something
a lot?
like it's usually something that really hasn't come up or anything. So
is there a lot of socially awkward people in your program, you would say, or is it everyone's just relatively normal?
who's listening to this again?
Everyone in your program right now. My 2 subscribers.
I would probably say for the most part, most pharmacy kids are not like
Slightly.
they're slightly, you know, it takes a lot of work to get into pharmacy school. I won't lie, it's a lot of studying, and when you study so much, you kind of don't have the opportunities to go out clubbing or whatever all the time. Like we were ridiculous, right?
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
And to be honest, when I got into pharmacy school, it was the biggest difference because no one was similar to like what I'm used to. Everyone was like kind of just like, let's grind it. Let's study over the weekend. I'm like, yo, that's not a weekend. What's wrong with you guys?
Oh wow! So no one was kind of like built like our house.
Yeah,
Like,
but our house is so unique already, right? Because already in our house, besides I guess one group, can you really name anyone that was this close with like the roommates? Like, if you think about how close we were, we waited, even though we were all in different programs, all had different classes for the most part. Like a couple of you guys were all in AFM, same program, same schedule. But then we all waited to have dinner together.
that's true.
Exactly, right?
Yes.
And then,
So just a bit of a background. We lived together since second year, and
practically first year.
yeah, pretty much first year.
pretty
Even
much
first year,
yeah.
we were like kind of like arm's length roommates. Like we were just a building of probably like 15 meters building apart.
Yeah.
So we would just always be over at each other's places, chilling and stuff, and then just became like super close, and we just lived together from then on. Yeah, we did wait for each other for dinner.
Which is the weirdest thing, right? Like,
No,
you
that's-
don't hear roommates to do that.
That's because Larry cooked dinner for all of us,
but
too.
the thing is that we all kind of tried to chip in to cook, clean up, and it was kind of like
It was like a family
thing,
operation.
right? Like,
that's right.
I don't know. There's not, and then there were 7 of us all the
Yeah, we
time,
had a
right?
big-
If not more, right? So that on its own is so unique, I would feel, and then it was such a big transition because like Waterloo is not a commuter school, but U of T is.
Yeah.
So after class is over and everything, you kind of just go home or you go to your job or something. In Waterloo, I didn't work either, right? It was just kind of, we'd like go to the gym like twice a day or whatever and get like fucked up during the day, not go to class maybe, go to
just
class
play
maybe on the off chance.
Play League of Legends with Larry
play
all
League,
day.
yeah.
Nice.
Get like so trashed to the fact that point where like I walk into Larry's room, I'm wondering why he's not moving on my screen, and he's like passed out at his table.
Just ripped. Allegedly.
Or I remember the time we were playing, and then like I was like, oh man, he was like going. I was like, oh hold on, I had to like leave my table, go to the washroom, puke first, and then bring it back to my table, just get back into the game.
Why was you puke? What?
I was just like too messed up, man.
Oh man.
So
Wow, that's hardcore, man. You guys are insane. I didn't know. Okay, I knew you guys were going pretty hard when we went to school. So
that year was kind of messed up.
Was that third year?
Third year, yeah.
Third year.
Finally, when we got like a nicer place where we didn't have flies everywhere. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. I was trying to describe to Sam our living conditions at Batavia. Mm-hmm. Dude, do you remember how many flies were flying around? You could like swat the air and kill like 5.
Dude, Batavia was bad, but 321 Leicester, the second year house was even worse. Or 267.
But we didn't have that fly problem. We had like real.
What do you mean? Wesley left a pot of freaking.
But those were fruit flies.
Oh, you're talking about the big ones.
Like the
okay.
big, like we're talking about real big ass flies.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Disgusting. You would go. I remember like walking through, and the kitchen and just being like, "This is normal." There's like 30 flies in the air or whatever.
Yeah, you were desensitized. And for the record, Mimi has like Mike has like the most intense OCD. Like he's like heavy germaphobe. Everything needs to be constantly Lysol. Like everything's perfectly placed. Room is like in perfect shape. Yeah, I don't know how you survive. I don't know. I'm shocked.
Like, I don't know. Like in a house of like 7 of us, like someone's got to clean, or else we're just living in shit all the time.
It's bound
it's
to
true.
happen.
I am like very clean, I guess.
Yeah.
Like organized, right?
Yeah, OCD. Pretty
but
heavy.
I don't know. I didn't mind though. Like you guys helped when
Yeah, we would
So
like
I
it would
forced
always.
Brian so many times to friggin' clean. And
No, I always.
I could tell it's just because you felt bad.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't let him do it by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no, I would say for the most part, like most of us would clean. If you said like, "Yo, everyone, like gather up, let's clean," we would all clean together.
Yeah.
Type shit. Maybe some people wouldn't.
So,
But no, for the most part, like we would respect like the commoner. But like, I don't know what the fuck happened with the fly situation.
so we could never find the source, but then once we cleaned up, the flies went away.
Yeah, because the
right?
source was all the trash, the garbage buildup.
Yeah, but then usually they come from like rotten meat or something.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
exactly.
So
I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably from the beer bottles. Maybe they're brewing in the beer bottles. Is that possible?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I'm a messy dude, but then in terms of like shared spaces, I'll try to clean up.
It's true.
Like my room will always be like
Trash.
so messy.
Trash. Even right now, I bet.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. You can go check. Mike will always come over and be like, "Yo, man, can I see your room?" Yeah, sure. Oh God.
More recently, I've been coming over to Brian's place, and he actually vacuums before I come over now. So
Yeah, I do. Well, actually, I started vacuuming like once every 2 weeks or so.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Did you do you have like a Dyson? Oh,
No, I just have a basic vacuum. Yeah.
The Dyson's cool.
I can't afford that shit. That shit's like $600 for a vacuum, which
I think
I'm not the type of person to enjoy cleaning.
But do you collect air miles?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
why?
because it was on promotion a year ago or something, and it was pretty worth it.
For how much are you paying though? Is it the plug-in one? I heard the cordless
No, not the
one is
plug-in.
shit.
No, the cordless one.
I heard
no,
it's not good.
it's why why is it not good though?
Like it's just weak.
No,
it's not as strong
pretty
as the
decent.
plug-in. Like the plug-in
It
one's
obviously
like dope.
is not as strong as, but
Because my brother had it. And it
yeah,
was dope.
for like, are you talking about like the real size ones, the real size vacuums, or just like the long kind of stick?
So the non-plug-in one is just a stick. But
Yeah.
in terms of the one with like the attachment, the plug-in one, it's actually really powerful.
But you don't really need something super strong for like, you have hardwood, right?
Yeah, but I don't have any carpet.
No
at all.
carpet, right?
Yeah, so I guess I could use that.
No, it's pretty. Like I use it even on like carpet.
Yeah,
it's
and
pretty
it's
good.
good?
It's
Okay.
pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, but still, it was like $400 or $500 for a vacuum.
Yeah, but then what else do you use your air miles on? I guess
Nothing.
unless you're because like air miles never has anything really good.
Yeah, it
I think
doesn't-
like my family's only cashed in air miles maybe for what I can remember, maybe 2-3 times now.
Yeah.
And like we got a 55-inch Samsung Smart TV
Nice.
when that was like first out. That was sweet. And now like the Dyson vacuum.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Because sometimes they just have like discounts off of stuff, right?
I feel
which
like-
is not good.
Yeah, I feel like I don't even have enough for movie tickets, guy. Like I don't buy that much things that allow me to accumulate. Yeah, it's not that.
Wait,
crazy
where do you fill
amount.
up gas?
Petro. So it's just Petro
Okay,
points
Because that's why I fill up at Shell because of air miles.
for air miles.
But to be honest, Shell is such a ripoff.
Why is that?
So your car, is it premium?
It's recommended for premium,
But
so
is
I
it-
just put in premium. Yeah,
But can you put in?
yeah.
87?
I think minimum is 87.
That's sweet.
Yeah, maybe I should just start putting in 87. But it says in the owner's manual, it says recommended 91, and then
You
minimum 87.
Read read online for
Yep,
it.
everyone puts 91 because everyone that has that car is like more of a car enthusiast. It's like I don't know.
It
I'm
does
driving in the
it performs.
Mazda Miata right now. Yeah, but
Oh yeah, sorry. Talk about your car.
No, I'm
It's
just saying
sweet.
that's
Brian's car is sweet.
it's a go kart. So I don't know. I just feel safer to put in 91 because everyone's like, yeah, just put in 91.
It's a white 2016 MX5.
2016, yeah.
So nice.
But I feel like it's just a rip off. Do you put premium in your BRZ?
Yeah, I have to though.
You have to.
It. I had a friend that owned one before, and he tried to cheap out and put an 87. It runs, but your mileage gets cut in like an eighth, and your car doesn't even run properly.
Oh, really?
Like, it's terrible.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt the engine,
Yeah.
right? Because the newer engines can like handle that kind of thing, but
Mm-hmm.
the mileage actually goes down, and your car runs like it's got like 20 horsepower in it.
Wow, that's terrible. So fuck it. Yeah. I don't
No,
know.
but you should read online to see if you can actually do it.
The owner,
Because some
manual
cars can
says,
actually do it, right?
And just do it, and it'll be exactly the same.
Yeah, because some cars can actually.
Yeah, maybe I'll give it a try and see if I notice.
Because like they're smaller engines, right?
Yeah, it's
so-
small.
And it's not like a high performance engine, right?
I don't think so.
I don't
think it is.
Our cars are like so basic engines.
Yeah, is yours a turbo in the BRZ? No, it's
Just
also
like naturally.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
So
Dude.
yeah. Anyways, so I got my first car 6 months ago, white BRZ, and honestly, I love it. And then the moment I hear Brian over here gets a friggin' MX-5,
Dude, it's
I
like
hate my car now.
dude, what do you
Your car
mean?
is so much
It's the
cooler.
same
than
car.
mine. Your car is so much cooler.
Our cars are like in the same like ranking. Like it's like they compete amongst each other. Apparently,
Yeah, this Ice Cube is really cool.
right?
It's pretty
How
cool.
neat is that?
Yeah.
I got
Is it
it.
specifically for whiskey?
No, it's just for anything. But I guess they initially created it for whiskey because there's like a big chunk.
All right, so just fair warning, I might get trashed. I've not drank in last time I saw you.
What? How long was that? Like 4 months? 3 months?
Probably.
Like when my
Wow.
brother was here and you came by?
Yeah,
Bad
probably.
time?
Well, like
Or-
I have like a beer here and there.
Christmas. It's Christmas?
Yeah, that's probably more recent, right?
True.
But I have a beer here and there, but I still get wrecked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got murked in March for my birthday month. I puked twice. Like horrifically. Like my birthday I got destroyed. And then at the end of the month I somehow got destroyed. And then I was like, after that, for majority of April, I was like, I can't drink. I couldn't drink. I tried to. I just couldn't hold it down. Like my body just wanted to reject it.
Yeah, I'm so glad though, because booze is so expensive.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's just so poisonous. Like I'd rather just burn and eat edibles instead. Like, fuck.
I don't do that. I'm in pharmacy. I don't do that. Let's
Yeah.
just draw that line right there.
Yeah, I do it recreationally. I don't give a fuck. It's great. It's fucking great. Yeah, man.
I don't know. What have you been up to lately, though?
Dude, just work. I'm going to prepping for India, actually. But besides that, just straight up work, doing a bit of stand-up prep, and chilling.
How's that going? The stand-up price.
Stand-up prep is tough, man. For the first time in my life, I'm like really trying to read and write stuff. I hate
Hear that?
reading and
First time in his life.
in my
read
life.
and write.
Yeah, on my own will. Yeah, on my own will. No, because throughout all, like literally, like I just can't do it
Yeah.
in terms of academic stuff, like reading a textbook, writing essays, forced by school. I just can't get into it. Or if I read it, I'll read like pages and pages and be like, okay, I don't understand what I'm reading at all.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
not, like-
it's good that you found something that you actually kind of want to do,
Mm-hmm.
which is great because when I asked you, I don't know, 2 years ago or something, like what would you want to be if you could do a different job?
Yeah.
And you were like, well, I want to be a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
I thought you were joking. Like, who answers that? Like, okay. I was like, oh yeah, and I want to be a janitor. You know, but no. You're serious.
astronaut
Yeah.
too, man.
Yo, to be honest, at one point I wanted to be an astronaut
Really?
because I thought that. So, you've heard of that law where you kind of if you go into space, if you have two twins, one goes into space for 30 years or something. And then comes back to Earth. The twin on Earth has aged 30 years, but the twin that went to space only has aged like 15.
What? No.
Yeah, because I forget what the law is called, but it's
Fucking
like
kidding me?
time is relative, right?
So that means the freaking movie where it's like I waited 27 years. It's
like
legit.
Interstellar?
Yeah, Interstellar.
Yeah. Where they were on the planet for 2 minutes or something, and then they came back.
For like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
That's actually... So I've been through this so many times with Larry, how this doesn't make sense to me. So Larry's our other friend.
Yeah.
Also lived with us. And then we get into really deep talks about things. And then he brought up this fact that if you actually travel at the speed of light, you'll never age. Even if you're traveling at the speed of light for like 100 years, you'll never age.
Is it possible for us to travel at the speed of light?
No.
No, right?
Well, currently, no.
Yeah, currently,
no. But the theory is if you travel at the speed of light that you'll actually never age. But then so that's physics, right? But then biologically, you would still age, right?
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Right?
What
that's my thought, and I get so
work?
confused. But according to that law, you actually will age slower if you're
Traveling at the speed of light.
Traveling in space or something. Yeah.
But then when you're in space, you're just kind of
relative to Earth, people on Earth.
Why? Is there like a quick and dumb version of this? Like, is it because the Earth spins and you're just in space, floating around?
Man, I wish I knew the answer.
It's true. How did you?
No, it's just this thing that Larry brought up one day, and I had like an argument with him. Like, no, you would still age.
Right?
Yeah, you would still age and die. You would.
For sure.
Yeah, but
For fucking sure.
It's actually because we read up on it afterwards, and like I read through it. I'm like, oh crap, he's right.
Wow. So the trick to cheating death is just constantly traveling at the speed of light,
which is impossible. But yeah, pretty much.
Unless you're Barry Allen. Damn. No, I didn't know that. That's fucking news to me.
Who's that? Sorry.
That's Flash. God damn.
Yep. You're right.
Yeah, dude.
It sounded familiar. And
Barry Allen.
Yeah.
Run, Barry. Run.
Did you watch Justice League?
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that great. Did you watch it?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Remember we started watching a bit of it? And then a Christmas party?
Oh, yeah. Yes, yeah. Oh, did I watch it then?
No, we watched a bit of it, and then like
And
it was too
stopped,
hard
right?
because it was like I guess like too much like background noise,
yeah.
and then like it just gave up.
Yeah.
But I continued watching it after I got home, and then
good?
it was no,
Oh, well, I heard it was terrible.
it was
but
bad.
I haven't seen it yet.
Did you watch Ready Player One?
Is it sick?
You should watch Ready Player One.
No, I want to, but I'm waiting till I fly to the UK first.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yo, so this guy has like never been on a plane except for once.
Once, and that was like a 1 hour flight or something.
On our flight to Cuba, Mexico.
Mexico with like 20 other friends. So
Yeah.
it was like nothing to worry about. I don't even remember what I did. Everyone just helped me through the airport. Like I don't even remember what I need to do.
Was it a traumatic experience or something?
I just showed up and I was on the plane and I was in Mexico. Boom, done, simple.
Yeah, now you're gonna do a solo airplane trip.
Yeah.
To go visit your girlfriend.
Yeah, in the UK in June after I graduate.
Dude,
and then we're
that's
gonna well, I'm hoping to binge watch a whole bunch of movies.
Oh, with
Black
her.
Panther, Justice League.
Oh, so you're waiting. You're like, don't worry, babe. I'll wait for you to watch
Infinity
this movie to
Wars.
go.
Even though she doesn't want to, she doesn't really care too much about those superhero movies, but I do. So too bad.
Superhero movies are sick.
They're sweet. Yeah,
They're a good time.
And then, oh man, what else? Is there a new Star Wars out? No, we watched that though. I watched that already.
I did not watch the most recent one. I heard it was not that great, but well, how was
It's
it?
pretty
for you?
good.
I heard it was,
No, it's pretty good.
yeah, all the ratings of Star Wars is always like really good.
No, I actually liked it. To be honest, but my more preferred episodes are like 1, 2, and 3, which everyone will disagree with. They'll say 4, 5, and 6 are the best.
Which one's newer? I don't even know. I don't
Newer
even
ones are
follow.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3 are
And
the
then-
newer ones. The
and then
Disney takeover? Because right now, like the last
Oh
three
no.
movies
So the most recent ones
are the Disney takeover.
Yeah. So those are
4, 5, and 6.
beyond 4, 5, 6.
Oh, okay. I see.
So the way Star Wars came out was 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, and then 1, 2, 3.
3. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember it was like backwards ish,
Which is it's cool, right? Because how many, I guess, movies do that, where you get to see kind of the prequel first. That wasn't very common back then, right?
No, I don't think it's common in any movie series to go like well, actually, Harry Potter is doing it now. You get to see young Dumbledore, so all the Harry Potter fans are probably going nuts about that. Shit. They
also did like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, right?
Yes.
And The Hobbit is
before, so there. Yeah. I guess it is.
That's more kind of current day, right? Star Wars 1, 2, and 3. I think they came out when we were still pretty young.
Yeah, but that was current day then, and then 4, 5, and 6 was like way back.
Yeah, way back, like
with,
super
Yoda
old,
shit.
super old. And I'm going to try to get my girlfriend to watch through it with me.
Everything.
Yeah, because she needs to be educated.
Has she never seen? She's never seen a Star Wars movie.
She has, and she does like. So we watched the 3 most recent ones, including Rogue One.
Okay.
Which is kind of I don't know where it falls in the storyline because it's kind of like a side.
Yeah, I'm not too fucking sure. I'm not the biggest.
Did you watch it?
I think I did. No, that was the first Disney one, I think, with the freaking rolly ball. That was one of the first ones.
That's I don't know what it's called, but there was one that came out between that. It had Donnie Yen in it.
Okay, yes. I don't remember the names, but I've seen it. I don't know. I've never been like the biggest Star Wars fan, but I still end up watching all the Star Wars movies. Like I've seen every single one of them.
Lightsabers are the coolest thing.
Why?
Do you not wish that you had a lightsaber?
Well, yeah, I'd be sick, but
how
is it fucking practical? When are you gonna use it in your day-to-day life? It's like, yo, don't you wish you had a samurai sword? Yeah, you can totally get one. But when are you gonna get a chance to swing that shit around, man?
Would you rather have a samurai sword or lightsaber?
Okay, no shit, obviously a lightsaber, but they both do the same shit, like cut through things.
And then out of other movies you've seen, what else do you wish you kind of had from a different movie?
A different movie, like
that is like, weapon? Wow, that is so cool.
Oh my god, I don't know.
Nothing, just a lightsaber. That's it. That's why it's so cool.
No, there's probably laser guns. Laser guns are hella cool too.
And where are those from?
That was from Star Wars, but also other movies too.
Yeah, other movies, but they're not as like. But a lightsaber can reflect laser bullets.
Yeah, if you know how to use it, but you don't.
That's sweet.
You need to know how to use the force and shit. There is no force. You just get. It's pretty much equivalent to a sword, a samurai sword, for if we had lightsabers, because none of us are Jedis. That's why. So you're gonna bring like a hard drive filled with all the movies to fly over to UK.
I don't know, maybe, yeah.
Damn.
Maybe. And then that's something we have to watch. And then I'm trying to get her to watch all of the Fast and Furious too.
Has she not seen them all either?
Dude, she's fallen asleep through 1 and 2 for like the longest time. And
Dude, Wits does that too, but not with like good like Fast and Furious shit.
It's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good. I guess that's about it for now.
Mike's the type of dude who would fly all the way to the UK to binge watch movies and catch up with his girlfriend.
It's true. I don't know who else wouldn't do that.
I think most people wouldn't do that. I'm just saying, who the fuck does that? That's good for you though. And you get to, how long are you going to be there for?
3 weeks.
Oh, damn.
It's
a long time.
Almost 4, 3.5 weeks, I think.
Wow. Yeah. No.
Because I remember the price was for another like 3 or 4 days. It was like the same price.
Yeah, might as well if you're there.
Yeah. So.
Do you have any plans besides watching movies?
Well, the thing is, she's in school right now, so she has to wait till her placements come back.
Oh, okay.
And then it sucks because one of the placements actually fall during the time when I'm there.
Oh, so she's gonna be doing
She's gonna be working
like a
while
9 to
there's-
5.
Yeah, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, something like that. So I'm just going to
Explore.
basically.
Sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it'll be good. It's not like there's like a language barrier in that.
Yeah, supposedly there is. English
What?
people do not actually speak.
English? Bullshit.
They don't speak in a way that you can understand them.
Like,
In London-
cheerio.
In
Hello,
London, no,
mate.
So supposedly the more north you go, the worse the accents become.
Yeah,
To the point where you can't even understand them, even though you know they're speaking English.
but how far north do you plan on going during the days of Monday to Friday, dude?
Yeah, that's where all the cool stuff is.
Oh, okay.
Everything else you kind of see on TV.
I guess. But if you go, I don't know. I'm sure you're gonna be fine. Actually,
no,
that'll
it's
be
fine.
fucking hilarious if you struggle and there's a language
will be.
barrier and you're just like, I don't understand what you're saying.
What are you saying?
And the guy's speaking. Oh, you're so. Oh god, that would kind of happen to you.
Yeah.
That would.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure people are friendly there.
Yeah.
But Chinese people are very not common. I guess in
Yeah.
the northern places.
Yeah, you think you're gonna experience some racism?
I don't know if they're like a
Racist?
ignorant kind of racist. They're kind of more like I don't know what to do around you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wonder.
Because that's what I hear. They're not like racist in a way where it's like a hate crime, like in America.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You know, like he's like, oh, you Chinese can't drive, small eyes, like stuff like that. Like, go back to your country. It's
Yeah.
not like that. I think it's more. Well, I'll tell you more when I come back.
Yeah.
But I think it's more like, you see a person you've never seen before,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of don't. I guess they're polite in the way where they consider their actions around you.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So they're like
They
politically
try to
correct.
exactly. Yeah.
Did Sam experience anything in particular during her time there? I wonder. I've always wondered. In Europe,
No, I think
should be fine.
I think some people have trouble talking to her or like looking at her in the eyes.
Oh, cause
It's just because you don't know what to do. I don't know.
looking
It's like
at her in the eyes, it's like your eyes are so small. You
you're
didn't
still a
find them.
human being, right? Just talk to them like they're human. But it's
Actually, that's an issue here too.
it
Like
is.
even with the white people, like they'll be sometimes like, yeah, there's Asian people that white people are incapable of like
Of community.
vibing with
Yeah.
and like talking to. It's just like I just don't know what to talk to
That's-
them about.
I think that's with any sort of culture difference.
Interracial.
Yeah, but it's when we think racism, we're kind of thinking about like hate crimes, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess you'd be put in a situation where you feel uncomfortable because of your ethnicity.
Yeah.
That would
Or
be
you
like,
treat someone, I don't know, you're kind of more like you're mean to that person,
it.
or you treat
I
them
guess.
poorly because
Yeah.
they are different
Yeah.
than normal society. But I think more in like Europe and UK, it's less like that.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. I think North America is just kind of messed up.
Oh yeah, and it is pretty bad. Yo, so what have your day to days been like? Your schedule seems really fucked.
I
And
wake
how's
up-
working? You're not working anymore, right? You're done your placement.
Yeah, I finished end of last month.
Okay.
So I've been off for 13 days.
Okay. Hey, how was that? How was your whole placement? Your last placement?
Man, it killed me. So I had to do a placement in the hospital under the cancer and palliative care or end of life care. And honestly, it was emotionally draining. It sucked doing things that I know how to do every day, but then doing it and then seeing your patient like pass away, or like they're not there anymore by the time you go back to see them, or they're kind of moved to the ICU because their function declined or something else is going on. Like, it's so draining. And I almost wanted to work through the weekends so that I could continue to follow up on my patients through the weekend, because I know sometimes over the weekend from Friday to Monday, like they kind of like decline or something happens to them or like they pass away.
Wait, why is that? Why is it Friday to Monday?
There's less staff.
Okay.
And it's everyone's responsibility to take care of the patients, right? But you're the ones that are looking after them every day. So you know the most about them, and like, I guess in a way you're kind of more aware of things to watch out for.
Mm-hmm.
But on the weekends you have weekend staff, which they're still good practitioners and everything, but they haven't been following these patients. So it's impossible to know them as well as I would.
Yeah, right? Monday to Friday people.
Exactly.
Isn't it all mixed?
They do
right?
they do overlap, but then on weekends they do usually have less staff.
Okay.
At least for pharmacy.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
But nurses wouldn't the nurses be like have the most contact with the patient?
Mm-hmm. But nurses, they rotate through patients as well.
Right.
At least on my ward, so one day you'll have this nurse and the next day you'll have another nurse because they have on and off shifts. So if they're not on for a couple of days in a row, then they'll get rotated to another set of patients.
I see.
Yeah.
Man, no, I could only imagine because I just feel like you're not cut out for that because you're just so emotionally attached and like
it's true. Yeah.
Your empathy level or sympathy level is just like on another degree.
And to be honest, like when you go talk to a patient in a hospital bed, they're not really doing anything else. So they open up to you. Of course, it's the smartest thing to open up to someone who's looking after your care because that way they know the most about you, kind of get the most accurate information. But then like they talk to you a lot more, and they kind of, especially in this sort of setting, they talk to you about their goals and kind of what they want to achieve, like whether or not, they do want to opt for this $100,000 therapy just to live 1 month longer, just so that they can see their grandkid graduate or their grandkid's birthday go by one more time, or and then it sucks because the most we can do is like there's certain therapies you can do, but then they work only for a certain set of people, right?
Yeah.
Like it's hopes that if we give you this therapy, it's gonna work for you, right? But then sometimes it ends up, you always have to think about kind of worst case scenario too, and a lot of the times, I don't know, like as I've been growing up, you realize that the hospital is more of a place where people go to pass away or die rather than to get healed.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
And it's just like the grim truth of things, right? Like most people in hospital are sick, right? Or else you wouldn't be in hospital.
Checked in, right? Yeah, right. For sure.
Especially like if you're not that sick, you'll get discharged the next day or a couple days later, right? But anyone who remains in hospital for like a couple of days, something's going on with them, and it's just unsafe to not have them not in hospital, right? So it's definitely way different than practicing in a community setting where people are sick, but they're more or less stable or healthy in a way. Like you're not gonna kind of like go belly up. Yeah,
they're still able to go through like their day-to-day just human routines. Drive around, whatever, cook food for themselves. Damn.
So that was it was great learning experience, but I don't know if I would go back to that practice area. Maybe another area in the hospital where it's not as like terminal.
What are the other areas available? Like
at least at the hospital I was in, it's you can work on like a stroke or neuro ward, cardio. So they deal with like heart attack, heart. They also deal with other heart issues. So. Like clots anywhere else in the
strokes.
Body. Yeah. Well, stroke has its own special ward.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, stroke is, it's different, and then they have the ICU, intensive care unit. They have like orthopedics, it's like bones.
Oh, bones. Is there like children's area, or is that
so they have pediatrics as well.
Sick kids hospital. Is that different? Oh, it's still kids.
Sick kids is more for specialized care.
Okay.
I guess like every hospital will have a pediatric ward, so children ward,
Right.
and they do have people that specialize that work in those units. But I guess I would probably say that for more complex things in children's, you do have to go to sick kids.
True. Yeah. Yeah. It seems like they're like the hub of all, I guess.
Yeah.
More serious illnesses
Yeah.
for children.
It's like any other hospital. Like, for example, Sunnybrook and Northbrook General are right down the road from one another. But then Sunnybrook has like a more specialized sort of cancer clinic for like radiation and such.
Right.
But then the other hospital doesn't have a radiation thing. So like every hospital will specialize because I guess we have limited resources, right? Stuff like that.
I see.
Yeah. Like Markham Stouffville's kind of, I would say, general.
I see. Yeah, that's
Like
more.
they don't.
okay.
If you
They don't
need
have
something
like a
special, then you usually get transferred to
like-
like a downtown hospital, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Man, so what were your hours like then? Because
Not-
I know you were sleeping weird hours and then working out weird hours.
It's not too terrible. It's 8 to 4, but then you have to do. I don't know. Like it was the first time for me to work in that kind of area, so I was still learning a lot of things. So often I would have to stay late, or kind of read up on my own time. But during your own time, you also have to do. Like a presentation that you have to prepare and everything on the side.
Presentation for, I guess, other.
So
is it for school or is it for
it
the
is
hospital
part of
as well?
school, but it's for the hospital.
Oh, okay.
So I had to do one for the nursing staff, and then I had to do one for the pharmacy staff.
Oh, kind
But
of
then
like a.
you can always have presentations kind of set to any field.
Oh, okay.
I was there for 2 rotations, so I had to do one for allied healthcare, which is anyone that is not a doctor, and then I had to do one for pharmacy.
Kind of like a professional development.
Yeah,
On like.
continuing education.
Oh, okay, cool. So you would be responsible for like leading the presentation, answering questions. Just you yourself and you, or did you have anybody with you?
No, just you. It's you and I guess your supervisor.
Oh, okay.
But your supervisor doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
like, they
he's just there
sit
to be
and they
there.
mark you.
Oh, and they mark you.
Yeah,
And
so it's kind of, I guess it helps you develop as a professional.
no,
Yeah.
that's good.
But it was so nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I would imagine,
Like-
dude.
Like, I wouldn't even know what they're gonna ask.
Yeah.
And the thing is, on the topic I was doing, there were areas where I was like, this information is so iffy, but there's like nothing else that exists, right? And I know the questions that I want to ask, and I can't answer them because I've researched. There's no solid information on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, I also have like no clinical experience basically in that area. So I can't even speak to my own clinical experience. Like a lot of doctors will be like, oh, from my experience, this is what I've seen, this is what I do.
Yeah.
But I can't even do that. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm a student. This is what I've read. This is what I know. Like,
This is what I read. So yeah, this is it.
from my study of one person involved, this is what I found. Like that's like
So I guess in terms of compared to working at a community like just your regular pharmacy, drugstore, in like a Shoppers or in a grocery store, compared to the hospital, like which one would you prefer?
They have like both ups and downs. Hospitals, it's nice because literally if there's something you don't know, there's someone in your field that knows something more about it.
Right.
Unless you're actually supposed to be the person like that, right? But if so, for example, if I'm in cancer and end of life care, I don't know something about like kids, like I'll probably go ask the pharmacist more in charge of that field, right?
Yeah.
So that's nice. You can always kind of turn to the side or like call someone up on the phone and you get a response right away.
Yeah.
There's a lot of support, and I guess overall in general, a lot of teamwork, right? But in community, you're most of the time just the only pharmacist there, and if you do need to ask a question, head office is not going to pick up a call after 4 o'clock.
Oh, really?
Like, but pharmacies are open all the way, like to midnight.
Yeah,
right?
tonight.
Or like 24 hours. But then your support is nothing. You have to rely on yourself.
Wow,
only,
okay.
right?
And like Google, I guess, to deal with
No,
or is
well,
there
like,
like a database that you can search in and stuff?
You have like your therapeutics books and your professional resources and things like that. But the thing is, to find certain information, it takes time, right? And you don't want to just look at one resource. You know, if you look at one resource, that's fine. It's going to take you like a minute or two, maybe 5, right? Mm-hmm. You can deal with that, but you want to make sure that if you came to see me and asked me a question, I don't want to give you wrong information, right? Mm-hmm. Giving you wrong information is worse than giving you no information.
Yes,
yeah,
I agree.
So it's tough, and especially when it's on topics that are less studied on. I guess there's less information out there. Mm-hmm. It takes a lot more time to kind of
go through the different resources available and then be like, okay.
And I'm new to this whole sort of practice, I guess, because I still don't have my license. I haven't actually practiced on my own yet. Mm-hmm. So I know what I would like to do in some situations, but if I can't do that, what else can I do? But really, I would like to ask someone that's more that's practiced in the field longer, and maybe they've encountered this sort of situation before, but it's not in our guidelines on what to do. So you kind of don't have that same support there in community.
I see. Yeah.
But then hospital is a lot, like people are more ill. Mm-hmm. Everything you do is a lot more, I guess you would say time sensitive. Is like it because certain therapies only work within a certain time frame, and if you don't catch what you need to do, or if you don't get it done within that time, then it's like the patient suffers, right?
Oh shit! Yeah.
So, but there's a lot of support. There's rarely any situation where like that would happen, but you do kind of feel that the difference. Mm-hmm. Like in community, you come ask me a question, I'll be like, like if I really don't know, right, I'll be like, can I get back to you, right? Like if I don't get back to you within the next 10 minutes, you're not going to die.
You're right. The sense of urgency is
like it's still there. You're still busy. You still have a lot of other things to do. You have to. You're consistently answering questions. Like I don't want to say that one is busier than the other, mm-hmm. or one is harder than the other. I just think that you need to know different things for each.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But one is definitely more urgent than the other. Like
in some situations, right? It depends on where you work, right?
Yeah.
Like if you work in a ward where nothing really happens, patients aren't really that sick, then...
okay, then it's just pretty much like easygoing-ish, not too hectic.
Yeah. But then if you work in some place like the ICU where, a patient can all of a sudden crash out of nowhere, right? Then it's much more time sensitive, right? Yeah, you kind of need to find the answers right away.
What do you prefer then in terms of working style? Do you feel one is more engaging than the other?
I feel like for me, I find that community practice would probably suit me better because the knowledge you have to know is a lot. In some ways, it's more practical for day-to-day living. Mm-hmm. Like some of the information is just kind of nonsense. Like why would you expect a pharmacist to know this? But it's kind of useful sometimes in a way that it's like, what sunscreen, this is a really stupid example, but it's like what sunscreen is the most effective for me to have or for me to wear? What will protect me the most? Where do you find those answers? Like, why would I know this?
That's pretty much like a you can Google this type. Or
but it's
there's
like
no real
it's
answer
not really,
to that.
No real,
either.
like, where would you find the guideline on this? Like, come on, right? Like, I'm not a skin specialist.
I'm not a dermatologist, bro.
But like, there's like kind of like random information that you actually get asked on a day-to-day basis, and to be honest, it's kind of useful. Like anything in hospital. In any area that I would practice would have to be somewhere where like there's solid guidelines, mm-hmm. right? Or else I wouldn't feel comfortable kind of working in that area. Me personally,
I see.
Like I don't like to guess.
Yeah, but there are areas that you
kind of have to go on what information exists, even though they're not guidelines.
Oh, okay.
It's just kind of like there were 20 people involved in this study and this is what happened. But how can you extrapolate what happened in 20 people to sort of the general population?
Yeah, so are guidelines based off of like studies purely?
Yeah, guidelines are based off of usually huge studies. Like involving, like 4,000 people or 20,000 people. Right?
Okay.
That's more generalizable, and like it's more evidence based off of years and years and years of studying it rather than kind of these new therapies where, this has been out or this has been done based off of this little evidence, and we find that it sort of helps, but we don't know why it helps.
Yeah, I see. So it's
and we don't know what could happen, but it is helping right now. But we don't know what could happen in the future.
Yeah, okay.
Right. So, like, guidelines always change, like new information comes up and it changes. Yes, like the therapy we thought was the best is no longer the best.
I see.
Yeah. So I don't even remember your question.
Oh, it's just which realm would you prefer more, hospital or I guess more community?
Community, I think. Like, I enjoy talking to people a lot more.
Yeah.
And I feel like more people kind of come in and see you more on a daily basis. In hospital is more of like you have 20 patients there and you talk more, I guess, with the team to figure out what to do next for them and things like that. But I like actually... I find myself more useful, I guess, in a community setting. Yeah.
Is it more stressful in hospital versus community or same level of stress?
It's different. I wouldn't say one's more stressful than the other. Like community is a lot more customer service based,
Yeah.
You know what you have to do. You have to do procedure 1 to procedure 7 for every patient that comes in. But on top of that, the phone's ringing. You have to answer questions on the phone. You have to kind of communicate with doctors or other healthcare professionals during your time there. You also have to answer anything that comes to you in that moment. Like someone comes up while I'm doing something and asks me for something. Like I have to stop what I'm doing to kind of, and then come back to what I'm doing afterwards.
Yeah.
Right? Even though I have so many people to take care of at that time, you kind of get interrupted all the time, right? And then you have to meet targets as well. You have to do so many services a day or a week for that you can kind of bill and show that you're making money for the company.
Oh, okay.
So it's a lot of pressures in that way. But then hospitals, I don't know. I would think that, to be honest, it really depends on what you like. If you work in community every day, you're going to find that easy. If you work in hospital every day, you're going to find that easy.
Right.
But then if you shift one to the other, to be honest, like if you take a hard day from one and then shove someone that doesn't work in that area in a hard day, they're going to find it hard for sure. Right. But there's always easy days on both too.
I see.
So I find a lot of people will practice on an easy day in the other setting and they'll be like, oh, that was easy. Like, that's no big deal. Right. But you kind of have to practice longer than one day, a week or whatever to actually find out how hard someone's job is. Right. Yeah. Same with like yours.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Like when you just start, the learning curve will always be there in any job. You're going to be like, what the fuck am I doing for like the first like month, 2-3 months? And then after it'll be like, okay, this is kind of, I see how things work.
And I'm sure you can always get a difficult client versus someone who's like super chill.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So let's say like I tried to learn your job and then I got like a super chill client. I'd be like, yo, your job's a breeze, right? Yeah. But that's not always the fact.
Yeah. Right? It's definitely very case by case basis as well. Man, so do you know what you're gonna do when you finish everything?
Like, where are you gonna go for? If anyone's got a job for me, that'd be great.
Shout out to my two. Oh, actually, my two subscribers.
So, I don't know. I'm just gonna write my exam, get licensed, go to the UK, come back, and hopefully there'll be a job for me.
That's dope. Yeah, there you go. And into the adult world you go.
Basically.
Oh man, actually, it's almost your birthday. Coming up in a week.
Yeah. Don't know what I'm doing. Just studying.
Just studying? Wait, when is the exam then?
The end of May.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. One's on the 22nd and the other one's to be announced still.
Oh, really? What the fuck? It's not back-to-back days?
No.
Oh, shit. Okay.
It can be.
Yeah. But you'd rather not?
Mine won't be. Because for the first test, it's from... You can choose like day 22 to 28 or something. I chose 22 because I wanted it to be the soonest.
Yeah.
And then I think the second part is after day 28 sometime.
Oh,
There's a couple days it can be on.
Yeah.
So you can have like back-to-back 28, 29, essentially.
Would people... Is that whatever?
Some people would prefer that, but to be honest, I want to like get one done and then kind of during the in-between time prepare for the next one.
Right.
I would space it out. They're different.
Yeah. Because then you can kind of dump... Well, for me, because I just dead memorize... I just dump everything from the first exam, or are they both kind of...
They're kind of related, right?
Oh,
like you still need to know everything, but you kind of... For the first one, you don't have to know as much sort of like practical communication stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see. Dude, that's hectic, man. Professional
it's like preparing for like a written test versus a interview.
Yeah.
There's stuff you don't need to know for the written part that you would for an interview, right?
Yeah, for sure. And then also vice versa. Or sometimes you need to know carry forward both in both realms.
That's why. Anyways, what's up with you?
Oh, me, man.
Are you gone for 3 months?
2.
2 months? Oh, 2 months.
Me and Keen and Terry. Oh, you never met Terry. My other buddy, Terry. Yeah. And then
heard of him.
Yeah. And hopefully it'll be fine. Oh, yeah. I was about to not get my vaccinations. But then I was like, okay, it's probably better because there's no cure for like Japanese encephalitis or yellow fever. So
are they recommended in India?
They are. Yeah. So Japanese encephalitis, it's $250 per shot, man.
Can't you don't have insurance?
It's not covered. Oh. I don't think it's covered for that. But it's probably better to get it because there's no cure for it, and like. But then you like chances of dying are pretty high if you get it.
And then like of course you can go to a hospital and get kind of treated supportively, but then that's going to cost you so much, that's right? And your time there too.
Exactly. So
and these shots are for life.
I think it's for like. I think yellow fever is for 10 years, and then JE Japanese.
Funny because I should know this.
Yeah, you should know this.
I should know this. Yeah.
It's for I think it might be like 7 years or something, and then there's like booster shots that you can get. But yeah, dude, $250 per fucking shot. What the hell, man?
It's not that bad.
So 2 shots.
It's not that bad.
500, and then.
Tell me what else you can buy that's gonna last you that long.
Yeah.
Like,
that's true. Right. In terms of like protecting my brain, it completely makes sense to pay that amount of money, but I just feel like it's a fucking robbery.
It's like the hardest thing to discuss with someone, to convince them that they need to pay for something.
Yeah.
Like especially, I don't know why, but even if it's a drug that's allowing them to not have a heart attack or, kind of live normally every day, it's the hardest thing. They'll argue for like $1 or like 30 cents. And then it's like the same conversation here though, right? That we don't see that kind of value in things until something bad happens to you, right?
It goes south, like let's say like knock on wood shit hits the fan and I fucking
like most likely you'll be fine.
Yeah.
In most cases, yeah.
It's a rare thing, but if it does happen to you, it's like it's a high chance of dying, like a 1 out of 5 chance of dying, I guess, and then permanent brain damage is even higher, obviously, if you don't die. Permanent brain damage, and there's no cure for it. So I was like, fuck. At first I was like, $500, fuck it. And then after I just kept on thinking about it, I'm like, okay, I gotta take a step back and not just look at it from a monetary point of view. Like if you think about it, you're just kind of paying $500 for protection of your life.
Yeah.
It's like, why the fuck wouldn't you? $500 is a cheap price to pay.
It's similar to kind of like the flu shot. It's covered. It's free. The government pays for it, but a lot of people still don't get it. right? It's so but like the thing is, like when you do get the flu, if you ever do, knock on wood, hopefully you don't, but
what are the chances of dying with the flu? Do you know?
like at our age,
Yeah,
with no sort of, we're kind of healthy,
yeah,
pretty low,
pretty low, right?
but it's more it's still going to knock you out for a week or so.
For sure.
You're still going to be in bed and anyone who says, they've got the flu and they like tanked through it, they've only been sick for one day. That's not the flu. That's not. Yeah. That's not the flu.
No, I think I've gotten the flu before, and I was dead for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's terrible.
But pneumonia was worse.
You can get pneumonia after getting the flu too.
Yeah. Pneumonia was bad.
But the flu does kill a lot of people every year, though.
Yeah. I would imagine.
Which
globally
sucks. Yeah.
Did you get your flu shot this year?
Every year, man.
Every year? I heard it's just like an estimate of what it's going to be, and this year the estimate wasn't even close to what the real flu was.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, and I'm scared of needles, so fuck it.
But like, what's the harm in it?
I'm just scared of needles.
Yeah.
If I don't have to go through it.
Even if you get the flu after getting the flu shot, you won't be as sick.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So that's a benefit too. But you're not just thinking, probably if you can tank through it, but like everyone you live with or everyone you see, that means you can't see them for that time, or else you're gonna potentially
contagious,
get sick, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
I guess it's a society. Oh fuck! Does that mean I might as well get my flu shot when I get my
season's
Japanese?
over, man.
Oh fuck it! Is there? Is this? It is
it's
seasonal.
Like seasonal. It's seasonal. Yeah.
When is it from?
I think it's. Don't quote me on this. It's from like October to end of April usually.
Okay, so pretty much just winter-ish.
It's longer than winter, man.
Winter. It's so like when it gets cold. Like, okay, so autumn, winter.
Yeah, so so that's flu season for us here in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit! No, we'll see. I don't know.
But there's always benefit to getting it.
Yeah, there's no downside, I guess.
Well, downside is, your arm might hurt for a little bit. You might get like a mild fever. You might get a little bit of muscle aches. It's just your body kind of building that response to it. But then that's much more mild than... It's pretty tolerable.
Do you give out flu shots? Have you? So I can come to you and you can shoot me in the arm with a needle.
Yeah, if you go to the pharmacy I work at, though.
That's pretty funny. Maybe I'll do that just for that.
I don't even know if we still have it. It's not flu season.
Yeah, I know. But like maybe next year, I think it'll be pretty funny having you shoot me in the arm with vaccination.
Yeah. Damn. Nice meaty arm. Good stuff.
It's gone to fat now, man. It's just gone to fat.
So I don't know if your viewers know this, but we're only friends because of how steezed Brian is.
Shut the hell up, man.
Yep. We used to call him.
True.
No, we still do call him Jacked Brian Chen.
Nobody calls me that anymore.
JBC. Yeah.
Junior Bacon Cheeseburger is actually what it stands for. No, nobody. Yeah. It's gone. Those days are gone. The glory days. Marky would always be like, dude. You used to be jacked, man. What the fuck
Mark
happened?
Is huge,
Mark is forever huge, man.
Mark is huge. Honestly, he's actually so big.
Fucking yoked. Yeah. He's fucking yoked.
But I heard you've been training Andy though.
No, that was like 6 months ago. That was like half a year ago. We all worked out. It was like me, Marky, and Andy. We were all like hitting the gym like pretty good amount of time, pretty consistently for like a spurt of a few months, and then he just went to shit. I don't know what the fuck happened. But Mark, obviously, he still goes. Yeah, he's the freak beast, man.
I've been missing out.
No, you've still been gymming.
I've been trying. I have been trying, but I skipped on Thomas like twice already. Yesterday and the day before that. No, today and the day yesterday.
Oh, 7:30 gym sessions.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know how he does it. How you guys do it when you guys go so early.
Well, Thomas has a great strategy.
What's his strategy?
So he parks on the street because night parking is free on the street all the way, I think, until 7.
What street? Your street?
No, he Midtown.
Oh.
He
Wait,
lives
does
with
he live in Midtown
his
now?
fiance.
Oh, right. Right. Oh, they moved Midtown. I remember them being downtown.
Downtown, yeah. And then they moved to Midtown now.
I see.
So I think street parking stops being free by 7.
7 a.m.?
Yeah.
Oh, it's free to park overnight on the street in Midtown? Oh, I had no idea. Okay.
Some places.
True.
Yeah. And then so
He's got to go.
He's got to go. Like he's got to get up and go, or else he's gonna get a ticket.
Yeah, that's a good way to go. Then he's just like, all right.
Either
it's
that,
time
or
to go.
like
Or
he
move.
does pay for the parking. I think it's Green P.
Mhm.
And he does do that if he knows like he's not gonna go to the gym that day or something.
I see.
Yeah. So that's
good, man.
that's a good one.
Oh man, fuck. Man, I need to exercise. My job's too sedentary.
Dude, I don't go anywhere. I've had the same tank of gas for the past like forever. Like I don't even move, and like I move like the gym is, I don't know, 2 kilometers from our house.
Oh man.
Right?
At least it's premium, right? So it's not gonna spoil.
Does regular gas spoil?
It does. It does
it?
spoil easier. Like when you winterize your motorcycle, you would always put it in premium.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, like if you put it in 87, it would more likely spoil and you can't start. You have to siphon it out.
Interesting.
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't go anywhere.
Yeah. You
Just wake up, I open my book, and
this guy.
just start grinding.
Everyone will periodically ask me, like, yo, like, have you seen, like, Michael these days? I'm like, yeah, I see him, like, once in a while, here and there. He's like, yeah, where did he go, man? Like, he fell off the planet. I'm like, no, he's just studying.
No one asks to chill with me. I have no friends.
Could you stop hanging out?
Where are all my friends?
Because you just didn't. You stopped coming out to things, and then you got a girlfriend.
It's what happens when you start living that student life throughout the last 8 years.
No, that is
It's
bullshit.
huge difference. Just think about what you guys go to do. Like for the past 3 years, you've been working for 3 years.
Yeah,
3 years,
just over 2.
So you actually have an income. It's not
Yeah.
that I don't have an income. I have negative income.
I'm actually still in the red.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
bad investments, bro. Yeah.
Dude, student debt is crippling,
it's
man.
Crazy. It's crazy.
40 G's ain't no joke.
Yeah, it's not a joke. So so every year you guys are working. Every year I'm actually building more debt.
Yes.
And so whenever you guys like want to go, like we used to go out, go clubbing, spend, I don't know, like 100, 150 bucks, right? I can't do that.
Those days are gone. I can't do that
do
anymore
Yeah,
either.
you can't.
Now we just will spend much smarter.
Yeah, I would much rather go to LCBO,
buy
something,
and we'll go to someone's house.
and go to someone's
just
house.
Chill,
Yeah,
drink.
that's so much better.
That's
But then
the
on top
idea.
of that, it's that you guys work during the week, and then you guys can chill after work or on the weekends.
Yeah.
But like, I still have to study over the weekend, or like, I have my placements, so like full time job that I don't get paid for during the week, and then on the weekends I have to do like schoolwork.
It's a placement, not co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the worst.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's not that. Yeah, placements suck.
Yeah.
It's not even volunteer. You pay to be there.
Yeah, you still have to pay like
You
a placement
pay-
tuition.
Yeah,
It's
it's
less?
It's not even. No, it's more.
What the fuck? It's more than your
It's
normal
more.
school tuition?
So they completely snaked it somehow. So instead of just fall and winter, it's like fall, winter, spring.
Mm-hmm.
So like you're paying 3 terms versus
Oh, okay. So it's like
2.
it's like motorcycle insurance. You're paying for
It's
the
a little
year.
bit. It is a little bit more every year, regardless. I think it's like $500 or $700 more a year.
Yeah, like any
regardless. So, but then on this, we had to pay like an extra term that was such a BS term. You don't do anything at school ever this year. I haven't been to school for a year.
How much is your tuition
This
for
year,
the year?
was like 24, I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So it was. So that's the thing, right? Like I do want to come out and see you guys, but like if it's to someone's, like I don't know, if it's someplace I know that like I can't afford the time or like the cash to do it, like I just can't do it.
Right. No, I completely understand for sure. Yeah, the income definitely helps. Like I noticed this literally the last month because I was just kind of brainlessly buying things on Amazon, like not
So easy to do.
yeah.
It's so
but
easy to do.
and then I started looking like how much I've been buying. I'm like, oh my god, it's a lot. Each purchase is like a bit over $100, and then it's so convenient. But it's like shit I need. It's like shit it's like shit I need to go backpacking, like backpacking gear, like camera gear, memory cards, some books.
Yeah.
Like just a bunch of backpacking gear, really. Like kind of like portable little packing cubes.
What?
Packing cubes.
What is that?
So it's like cubes you pack certain items in. So because everything's going into a backpack.
Oh, okay.
So it's
So
more
it stacks all
organizing.
together?
Yeah. Okay. So instead of like shuffling all your clothes, you'd be like, okay, this is what I need, and then you can just move cubes around. It's like,
damn, look at you, man.
yeah, dude.
Organized.
Oh my god, I'm fucking growing up. What can I say? Like, there's it's kind of dirty because the HVAC people kind of fucked up my ground.
Wait, so they come in monthly or
no? It's an annual cleaning of the drain or something. So they kind of make a mess of the ground.
Oh, the funniest thing is that my girlfriend today, I think her floor is just like yours. It's like hardwood, right? Fake hardwood, right?
Yeah.
And then there's been like a water puddle.
It'll fuck it up, dude.
No, it's a water puddle that's coming from the floorboards.
Should tell management.
I think it's a ghost.
Shut the fuck up. You're so retarded.
It's ridiculous. Like nothing's spilled. Nothing. It's under a table. The table under the table is not wet.
It's clearly a leak.
It's probably a leak. No lie.
But it's a ghost.
To be honest, it could be a ghost too.
Oh my god.
It could be a ghost too.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's not like a huge puddle, and
it sometimes appears and sometimes disappears.
Weird, right?
What the fuck?
It's a ghost, but
that's pretty true.
Anyways.
Well, you should tell management because it'll fuck it up still. The boards will like curve up and shit. And you might get charged for it if you don't report it. Adulting, man. Yeah, so spending. Yeah, it's like kind of because you have well, you'll see when you start working, you'll be able to buy things
for sure
easier.
It's going to be way different.
Yeah, one day when you get out of that student bubble, man.
I'm going to be able to actually start paying for I don't know, stuff that I own right now.
Oh yeah,
like my phone.
Yeah.
My phone, my car, stuff like that.
Yeah,
because right now it's just like all borrowed money from like my parents or my brothers, right?
Yeah.
And it's
but you've been working too.
I have been working.
Yeah,
but it's
you've been working
not enough.
hard. So this guy fucking hauls ass. Like you do like a labor intensive construction contractor job in addition to working part-time at a pharmacy.
Yeah, in my off time. Yeah.
Fucking nuts. While being a student.
Yeah. And then so that's also why, right? No time.
Yeah.
And no, but I do take off work to come see you guys sometimes.
Yeah. You'll like book off shit and then
Yeah. And it's just like most of that money goes towards like tuition so that it's not the debt's not as bad.
Just massively.
It's too massive. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about it.
But I don't know. It's gonna be exciting. Definitely getting my first job. I gotta treat you to a dinner.
No, man,
I gotta treat you a day out. Brian.
Good,
Brian. Every time I hang out with Brian, this guy treats me like his girlfriend. He like buys everything for me. He just like pays for everything. He's just shut up, Mimi. Get a job first.
Yeah, go get a job. Fucking loser. You student. Stay in school. Yeah, no, you don't have. Doesn't make sense. The working person is obviously responsible.
That chick was so confused that where did we go? Chick. We went out like clubbing and we were paying cover, and you paid for me too. And that chick at the front was like, "Oh, you're paying for him too."
Where the fuck did we go clubbing where we had to pay for? Because we never have to pay for cover at Easy. Is that Easy? No, fuck.
No, it wasn't Easy. That hip hop place.
Where the fuck did we go?
You can like wear a hat inside.
It was whose birthday was this for?
I don't think it was anyone's birthday. This was a while ago.
Thomas.
Yeah, man. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was an epic day. Yes, I remember that. Do you remember that day?
Yeah. I didn't want to name the day because I know how I remember it.
That is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no shit, man. Yeah.
So
You probably do the same if I was a student too.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. But it sucks like to be like dependent on people for so long.
It's okay, man. Everyone at some point has to. Yeah,
I know we have to be.
during my roller coaster period, I relied on you guys for emotional support for like so long. My whole fucking all my roommates, all my friends at school, like during that period.
You still
of
have
time,
roller coaster
dark
rides.
times. I do.
Whether it's with a girl or whether it's because of a friend that you know.
I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Brian's always going through trouble, you know? It's just
fucking such a troublemaker. Oh, dude, I gotta tell you. Yo, so the other day, not the other day, like last month, so there's a bike at work for like charity, like Ride for Charity from like here to Ottawa or something.
okay.
And it's a bike on display.
Like a motorcycle?
No, it's a bicycle. It's
Okay.
a bicycle. It's just like, it's on display. So there's like no air in the tires. I fucking took it for a spin around the lobby.
Did you break it?
No, I didn't, but I got in trouble. I got
Obviously.
in big trouble. No, like I had to sit down with like HR and like one of the big partners and they're like,
Wait,
yeah.
you can cut that out. Sorry.
Sorry.
That was
Yes, but yeah, and then so fucking obviously we're anyways, so I got booked for it and I had to sit down and like they had to write me up and everything and fucking they're like, yeah, if pretty much that'll strike one. And then the letter, I have it, I'll show you after.
Dude, you're such a child.
Strike two, they're like, strike two, you're gonna get fired with cause.
Oh my god.
So if you do one more thing that's stupid,
Oh my
you're fired. And I was just like, oh my god, I would get in trouble.
That is
But yeah, it was what it is. I was just like, yeah, I fucking did it. They're like, we have you on the security camera.
Wait, so who else was there?
My other coworkers, but they didn't get in much trouble. But
Because they didn't do it.
yeah, I was the one on
Why
the
do you
bike.
have to always act so
I
cool
don't
around
fucking
people?
know. No, it's not
It's
cool.
like your
just,
goal to be cool all
it's
the
not.
time.
It's just
it's
like
okay to be a normal person sometimes.
I have sudden urges to do fun things, but my fun things aren't acceptable by the masses.
But that's why they're fun.
Guys, I don't know, man. I just really wanted to ride the bike. Fuck it.
Man,
Yeah.
that's kind of sucky.
Yeah, I'll show you the letter after. It's pretty funny.
Did your partner hear about it?
Yeah, because
Was it like a mass email?
No,
No one ride this bike.
there
Don't be
wasn't.
like Brian.
But the next day, there was like a security guard standing beside it. I was complaining to HR. I'm like, how the fuck would you know not to ride the bike? It's just there. She's like, well, anyone with common sense would know. And I'm like, well, it's not like it was locked. There was no sign on it. There was no
But you
security
knew,
guard
though.
in front
But
of
you
it.
knew, though.
I did
You
it.
did know, right?
I did it.
You didn't know.
I did it.
You actually didn't know that bike was on display.
I did
for
know,
that.
but I like it's like, you know, when you go to it's like when you see a car that's on display in the mall. It's on display, but if the
Yeah,
door's
but
unlocked, you'll go in and sit in
you
it.
can go in and sit on it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You ride it around the place.
Yeah, it's different because you need keys to. The keys are my legs, and I had them. I had the keys to pedal the pedals. I just remembered animals on wheels. It just
Oh my
came
gosh,
to my
that's
mind.
just man. Every time. So this can get cut out too. But like every time, like Sam likes to send me like animals that are kind of handicapped.
What the hell kind of weird fetish is that?
I don't. It makes me so sad. So I think she does it on purpose, right?
To make you sad?
Yeah, or like to upset me or something. I don't know. But so she messes with me, and then every time I see it, I want to send it to you.
Just send it to me, man. I'll have a good laugh.
It'd be like a cat with no eyes or something.
Okay,
I'm
that's sad.
I'm like,
That's sad.
Brian
That's
would
not
laugh
funny.
at
That's
this.
not funny at
Yeah,
all.
you would. You would laugh
No,
at
no,
this.
no. It's only funny it's only okay. So this is the whole story. We were like driving somewhere. We were driving somewhere, and I was driving.
Horrible human being.
There was this guy walking his dogs, and one of his dogs like were handicapable, and I think he was missing like his hind legs. So instead of his hind legs, he had two wheels. And the dog like, she looked really happy, like running with all the other dogs. And I started laughing because I was like, "Oh man, look how awesome the guy with two wheels were." That's what I said.
You just pointed and laughed.
Because I didn't say it yet.
You pointed and laughed. And I was like, you are a horrible person.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah. So Mimi has to stomach my ridiculousness. No, but rationally, I was just like, oh man, like look how cool that is. Like the dog's still on two wheels. And he's good. It's just like X-Men, Xavier.
But really, Brian is just a bad human being.
Yeah, I'm not the greatest human being. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like a sweetheart or in any manner. I'm just a dick sometimes.
Oh, I watched that dog sledding.
Video. Oh, my dog sledding video? Nice.
I was smiling and laughing the entire 10 minutes. It was long, but it was a good video.
Wait, why were you laughing? There weren't any dogs on wheels.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about your dog sledding.
There weren't any handy-capable dogs in that.
There's that guy in the blue jacket.
Oh yeah, that guy's kind of handy-capable.
AKA you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that actually looks pretty cool. Was it a full day?
Yeah, no, it was half day. So that half day one was from 1 to 4 or something, 3 hours. But 3 hours, I thought it was enough.
Do they get cold? Yeah, I would assume you get cold.
Yeah, you get cold.
Yeah, but and then do they teach you first?
Yeah, they just tell you what to do. But the dogs really just they're doing everything. Yeah. They know how to follow the trail. Tree. Yes. Yeah, so then there's some leaning. Yeah, there's definitely leaning with it. And because I'm so heavy, the weights, she wouldn't be able to steer. And I wasn't being I wasn't engaged because I was filming and shit. But no, it was super fun, man. Dog sledding. The dogs are all so awesome.
Where was that?
It was Eagle Lake in Halliburton. It's called I forgot the name. I can tell you after.
Where's Halliburton?
Dude, it's close to Algonquin Park. It's pretty far drive. It's a 2:45, almost 3 hour drive.
But it's not I know Tobermory has that kind of stuff.
Oh, they have dog sledding there too?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but it wasn't, you guys didn't go there.
No, it wasn't a Tobermory one. So there was a YouTube video with dogs getting abused. Well, they weren't getting abused. They were in an outdoor situation where they're just kind of chained to a post. And they were also a dog sledding company, which was actually a few hours, an hour away from our dog sledding company. And there's a negative stigma about it. But the place we went to, they have an indoor kind of big dome for their dog. Where the dogs, yeah. And then they're telling us it's that video went out, and a lot of people were kind of just thought it was just this I guess this service or this event. Not event. What the hell is it called? Anyways, dog sledding is animal abuse, but it's not the case. Yeah, man. Yeah. You should check it out.
Yeah, no, it looks fun. Mm-hmm. I just have no partner right now to do it with.
In Goldman High. Yo, man, I was saying how you always yell at him in the games.
Oh, I do. He's garbage. He's the worst.
Yeah. We're Mike's so toxic. He always just yells at me.
It's because I don't the only reason why we lose, and it's so frustrating to be on a team.
Manhai's our other roommate.
Yeah. It's so frustrating to keep losing because of one person's actions. And it's very simple to fix.
But he sucks at games.
Yeah, but it's...
How long have you been playing games with him, and how many games have you gone through, and which game is he really good at?
But you still play with your friends because it's fun, right? Yeah. I know. But it's more fun if you could win.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember we were running a really intense 5-on-5 League of Legends game. And it was so tight, and they was I gotta hand in my assignment. No, we're gonna fucking win this one.
You can't leave.
Yeah, and then we're Matt's not fucking sucking. We're gonna lose.
Yeah,
Matt, get the fuck off your computer. Wesley, go in and play for Matt. And we won. And it was so fucking epic. We won, and then we all ran into the kitchen and group hug and started like
You have
screaming.
to. It's
a weird thing. It's a very weird thing.
what,
Like,
gaming?
Yeah, no, gaming with your friends, and it's like
the
a
best,
bonding
though,
thing.
yeah.
Like, I'm not a gamer, but I love playing games with like my friends.
Even though you're not in the same room or next to them or close to them or wherever, it's still the greatest thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll still play with Marvin sometimes and like Iris
yeah.
and Matt. It's so fun still. And then I'll get asked by my parents, and be like, "Yo, why don't you go hang out with your friends?"
I
am hanging out with my friends.
out.
I am hanging out with my friends. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
But anyways, other than that, I study
Other than that, I study.
pretty much. I'm gonna go to the gym tonight though.
You
at
are? Jesus. All right,
12.
we'll wrap this one up. Rolling out. Thank you again for doing this, dude.
What am I doing? I got tricked.
Yeah.
I came over for a drink and then, welcome to my podcast. Oh, okay.
Yeah.